I'm not sure it's
What's going on here?
going to work.
3, 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
Yes, we are live now. Yes. Hello.
Hey, it says joke of the week.
Hang on. Just got to move straight.
Hello, Crikey. Kev changed sex. Kev, done.
Technical problems.
Wacky Jackie.
Wacky Jackie. Yeah. Remember, drive on the left.
Drive on the right.
Drive on the left.
This is Jackie's little
My mantra.
mantra. That's the one.
Your mantra.
Kev's been having problems as well, so he might join us. Say he's in a different location and he's having all sorts of Wi-Fi problems and whatever. So he may not, and the same about guests, they're having technical problems as well. So hey, we're on our own tonight, folks.
Come on.
But we're not on there on our own. Just like, let's have a look who's in the chat. So we've got 6. Trying to go. Who's that? Stephen Holmes and Chuck and Brian,
Chuck,
and
Patrick,
and Gerald, and Patrick,
Terry Hawes.
Who's that? Who's that?
Terry.
Yeah, good.
Air Cobs. Hello, welcome to the site.
Welcome to
I don't know Air Cobs.
Graham Wright.
Check that site out later.
And who else we got? Anyone else? Oh, Rose.
Rose.
Villanueva.
We sure will.
Who's wrote?
And
They must be the Toto twins friends, hey?
Yeah.
Windswept Robert is here.
Hey, look, it's Mike and Yvonne. Hi, Mike and Yvonne. How are you doing? John Rose Media, how you doing? What else we got? Anyone else? Hang on. We don't miss anyone out. Oh, you had that one of the airsoft.
Yeah,
I see my cousin Dre is here.
Robert. Hey, Robert. I see you all looking cool on this hot day. Nice sky, eh? Nice sky out there. All right for Australia. Thanks, Ross.
Nice wallpaper in my mum's house. 'Cause I'm in the UK.
Yeah, Jackie in the UK, yeah.
When you coming back?
Not coming back.
22nd, 23rd, something like that. I can't remember in a minute.
Drinking cider post scorpion encounter.
Oh,
It's
no.
Tanya.
On the band or an actual scorpion?
I know she was, she told me she was going to go out to the Snake River Canyon, so I'm wondering if she found a
Attacked by a scorpion. Yeah.
I thought we talked about the band. Right. Anyway, what have we been up to anyway? Well, Jackie's been out and all over the place in sunny Kent.
Sunny Kent, yeah. It's going to reach probably maybe just about 40 degrees here tomorrow.
Well, the strange thing about this, last week, my phone
That's hotter
said...
than Spain!
Well, no, Terry said about 42 today in Spain. So.
It's 42 at the moment. Nah, sorry. You won't get there.
The
there's no aircon in the UK.
The only problem we've got with 40 degrees in the UK is, you're right, lack of air conditioning. Secondly, the heat is so humid. You sit there and you just you feel like a bar of chocolate, you start melting. I don't mean you put up a bar of chocolate to eat, Jackie.
Yeah.
And Jackie has what I meant. Eat. Right, so. I guess hopefully we'll be joining us later on. We're not sure because they're sort of between here and there.
Busy people.
I'll be popping in a few.
Yes. Come on, Mikey. Or was
Well,
it
Mike,
I'm like a bad hell.
I've got my Mini 3 now, Jackie.
Oh, brilliant. We'll go for a fly when I get back. Before you bugger off.
Yes. Before I go, yeah.
107 drones.
Greetings, y'all.
Yo.
Y'all.
In English, I think it means you all.
It's
Could
like,
be wrong.
Not doing a joke tonight.
You're not doing a joke tonight?
No, it's going to be a spelling lesson.
Oh, spelling lesson.
That sounds good.
Well, how's that going to work then, Terry? Considering the majority of our audience are American.
Yeah, they
But
don't
it's
spell things right anyway.
it's aimed at everyone, really. But I won't say any more than that. But it's
I look forward to
I
that.
think you need it. I think you all need it.
So we've got something to look forward to. I haven't got Terry. I haven't got a Terry. Terry's spelling bean of the week.
Yeah. It's more an explanation.
I'll just bring up an older one. Hang on. Right. So what are you up to then, Marcus? You've been sort of testing. Interesting video you did, Marcus, in regard to the Xeno. Was it Xeno and the Mini 3?
The Xeno, I did the Xeno Mini Pro and the Mavic 3 comparison, and it, I don't know if it's really a comparison, but it's their specs wise, they're very similar. So I thought it was worth doing, and yeah.
So really, in reality, I mean, you saying your video. Sorry, there we are.
God, there's left us.
Oh man, sorry, Kev.
Try again.
He's in the background.
Lincolnshire. Get some sausage. There's some nice sausages.
Lincolnshire sausage.
Treat yourself to some sausages.
Pork sausages.
You can always pop in and see at Lincolnshire. I'm trying to think who's in Lincolnshire. Steve. Stephen Time. I'm seeing him. But Lincolnshire, if everyone knows that Lincolnshire is a massive county, Anyway, so
This
is a new one.
What is it?
Oh,
this is the EXO Blackhawk 2.
Any good?
Okay.
Well, for the first time yesterday, yeah, it wasn't bad. Its twin is the Hubsan Ace Pro, and EXO is a U.S.-based company that I think evidently they have Hubsan manufacture them for them. But what does it remind you of? It reminds me of the original Mavic Air, not the Air 2, but the original.
the Mavic Air, yeah.
It's pretty solid.
Does that come off? Is there a cover on that?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and it's one of the easiest gimbal covers ever.
Oh yeah, cool. They should be like that.
So what sort of price does that come out?
I think it is not cheap. So I think if you got the 2 battery version, I'm trying to remember. I think it's right around close to $900.
Oh, well, it's not cheap. For a minute there, Mark, I thought you were going to say this is about $250.
And this is kind of a US only thing.
Right.
I'm not sure you can even get them in Canada. But anyway.
So what sort of remote control comes about? Is it like a
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. So let me dig it out here. It's a typical Hubsan remote. And what's nice is it does have telemetry on there. Let's fire it up here.
Oh, it's not a screen. Is that just a
it's just an LED screen with telemetry, and of course it's not going to connect up, but it gives you all the telemetry on the drone, so which is kind of handy. Yeah, works pretty good. But let me show you one more thing.
So you flew that on today, did you, Marcus?
So this is the Hubsan version, and I mean it's identical.
Quite similar.
Yeah, it's identical. Yeah.
It looked well. Okay.
So in the UK, this is what you would be able to buy is the
What,
Hudson
what
version.
weight? What weight is that? That's not a mini size.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a mini drone at all.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, let me hold them up together so you can kind of see. I mean,
yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah, let me pull the cover off here. Yeah, I mean, as you can tell here.
So, what price is the Hudson version variant then? Is that?
Yeah, now let's see. So I can't even buy the Hudson version in the U.S. And in fact, Hudson had to specially unlock this for me so that I could even fly it in the United States. If somebody buys one in the U.S., it won't even take off. It's locked up.
So don't buy one. If you're an American,
yeah.
Send it to me because it won't be no good to you guys.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the U.S., you got to buy this one. Anyway, they're interesting products. That's why it's something different, right?
So you flew that one today.
The Black Hawk.
I flew the black one yesterday, and I flew this one, the gray one, a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I quite like the gold finish on the motor.
It's it kind of reminds you of like a fancy bag or something, doesn't it? It's got that gold leaf painted on it. I don't know, whatever.
Black Hawk down.
I care about how it flies and what kind of video you get out of it.
Yeah.
Not what color it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think our guest might be okay. Let's give it a go, sweet. Yeah. Come on. Just
Who's that, Mikey?
Just what? Hang on, what have I done with it? Lost the video.
It's got to work. You can't come on.
No, he can't.
Oh, I've lost it. Where is it? Okay. Just bear with 1 second. Come and make a tweak. I've lost it.
Sergio.
So which one of those two drones is the best then, Marcus, or are they just?
Oh, they're virtually identical, really, Jackie. Yeah. You know what's the best for the same money? The DJI Air 2S.
Yes.
So you're getting your mini free. Oh, is he coming to Spain? Oh, yeah, well, is he coming to Spain, is it, Jerry?
Yes, I'm getting it through Amazon Spain.
Oh,
and that will be arriving Tuesday and Wednesday.
Ooh, excellent. What does that mean? It's arriving in 2 parts?
Yeah. Well, it is, because I've got the fly kit as well. So that's coming. That's the second part.
Cool.
Hey, I do have some news for Jackie as well. Jackie, I've officially made the switch from GoPro to the DJI Action 2. So I've got 2 of these now.
And how are you finding them so far?
Does that come apart, Marcus? Does that come apart?
Yeah. So you can use this part is waterproof. I could dip this underwater. I think down to 10 meters or something like that. It's waterproof. And then this is just kind of it's got a front. It's magnetic. You can see it.
Right. Oh, that's pretty neat, isn't it?
So is that a screen then?
Yeah. So let me just fire it up here. How about that? And it'll fire up here in a second.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see my camera.
That's all right.
Yeah. And then, of course, on the back as well. So you're always on the main part of it. But anyway, with all the issues that I've had with GoPro, this has just been like a breath of fresh air to be able to consistently get good video and not have the thing locking up and shut down.
Yeah, they do that, don't they? And then you have to whip the battery out and start again.
It's so frustrating. Yeah.
Well, I think our guest is waiting now, so without further ado.
Quick, before he goes again.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
Hey!
Prize own drone.
You know, you're all thinking, how do I know Sergio whether that's when you make free videos?
Yeah, I was helping out my brother-in-law because we had to help his mom moved into a different place. So that's why I was a little late, guys. So I apologize.
Yeah, so it's not a problem. It's never a problem on this show. I mean, you're always welcome, you know that. I mean, but change that because you're normally in your little workshop.
Yeah, gotta help family. Right?
Sergio's
Sergio,
he did say in the chat that he was I think I've found somewhere.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah, he's working, I think he said.
Yeah,
where is it? Somewhere. Grief. So many things in the chat. There we are. Look. We're watching, working. So we'll give Sergio away. Bye, Sergio.
Yeah. Hey, Angie just came in. Lost Girl Adventures.
Hey, Angie.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. And, Gary's here, and
Oh, it's Angie and Gary.
see
Crikey, that's the most we've had.
see
30 people watching. You just brought them all in, Mikey.
see,
Now-
see,
See Mikey.
yeah, I've just realised everyone's gone all over the place now. I'm also going to leave
I
it.
know. I don't like it up here.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah, you don't fall up there, Jackie.
Yeah, I'm down there normally.
Terry, one quick question. You said
Yes.
crikey. Now, I thought that was an Australian thing.
No.
No, mate, that's not Australian. That's really old English. Crikey.
Australians do use the term.
So the Aussies stole it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well,
Bloody right they did, mate. I'll tell you. Crikey. I was in the Australia Zoo, and that bloke's wife walked past me, and I want you to say to her, crikey, girl. But I didn't. I chickened
I've been
out.
to that as well. I can't remember the name of his wife.
The Australian Zoo.
Yeah, I've been to Australia.
Her name's Terry.
Terry, that's right, with an eye.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's it.
Lovely, nice lady.
Yeah, I saw a little lad there as well. He was in with the crocodiles or
Yeah.
something, I think.
crikey.
So anyway, I'm getting this the Mini 3. What can I expect, Marcus? Because I'm reading so many reports.
You
I know.
freaking love that drone. That's what I'm going to tell you. There is no downside now. The biggest thing recently is people have been complaining about range issues. My understanding is with the latest version of the Fly app, so make sure you update before you fly it, Terry, that it's cured that. Now, I don't have any personal experience with that. I never have had any range issues.
I was going to say, Marcus, as well. One thing we touched on last week: when you do update it, the update takes a little while. Have a fan on the drone. Trust me, you need it.
Good point. The other thing that they're saying that this last update resolved was the Fly app crashing on the DJI RC. And I hope to actually try that out this evening. I haven't flown it since, so I want to check that out. But there's no downside to this guy that I know of. How about you, Steve?
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, I've hardly flown mine yet. I mean, I've got more updates to do because the last update is where the map disappeared.
Oh,
Yeah.
The map was there, then the map disappeared. I thought, maps. I don't know. I'm thinking maps.
I'll be honest with you. This is almost the perfect Jackie drone. No, I'm serious.
I'll tell you what I'm after. I'm after that one. The Avatar looks good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
When's
because
that
you'll
gonna
wear
come out?
you'll wear the googles.
Yeah, the Googles.
Caroline had a crash yesterday.
Oh,
Oh, that's not good.
Oh goodness.
I think we should show it now.
Yeah, you should have said that to Steve, Caroline. It's gonna end up on the
I gotta
screen
find
here.
it.
Well, Winsford Robert just showed it, so
Yeah.
good
So Chuck said he's getting a good. Chuck's getting a good kilometre out of his Mini 3.
Well, I don't want to tell you how far I've had this one, but trust me, I've had no issues.
Have you got the Pro with the
The DJI RC.
the RC? Yeah, that's what I'm getting as well.
Yeah, and that's the one that's actually had a few issues with the app crashing on it and so forth. But supposedly that's resolved with this latest Fly app update.
Yeah.
So I haven't tested it yet, so I can't tell you for certain.
You know all these updates and that. Mikey, with the FPVs, do you have any of this rubbish, all these updates?
No,
just
well,
exemplar?
traditional FPV, you don't get like updates like you can get with DJI drones, with GPS
Yeah.
drones. Traditional FPV, the only thing you have to update is the crossfire receiver, if there's an update, or your module on your remote, or the DJI Kinetic Vista unit, the air unit, if there is
Yeah,
one.
unit. Yeah.
So is that what you use, Michael? Is the DJI version with the DJI goggles and all that?
Version 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all switching to using the DJI goggles, aren't they?
Right.
It seems.
Yeah, I mean it's very a very awesome immersive experience with those goggles. And Marcus, you have them, don't you? Still, don't you have your V2s?
I do. I've literally flown that thing once, Michael, and the reason is it just doesn't. Those goggles don't work for the way my eyesight is.
Michael, your audio sounds a bit. As long as you said it sounds like
It's scratchy.
Mine does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Dalek.
Hold on a second.
It sounds like the gain's too high, is it?
Okay, 1 second. Hold on, let me fix it. How about now? Hello.
The same, only worse.
Hello.
Oh, crackly.
Yeah.
It's garbled. I don't know why.
It's really scratchy.
That sounds really crackly.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's over.
Well, it could be a
Overloaded.
connection issue. Yeah.
1 second. I think I got something here.
Yeah. That's right.
How about now?
That's better.
That's
perfect.
better.
Good.
Yeah,
Yep.
I switched it to the iPad microphone. So
Yeah, that's cool.
No, we thought you had a budgerigar sitting there chopping away at it.
I think it's these headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making a few
That's
adjustments here myself. So
There you go. So, Marcus, have you flown the Mini 3 out yet? Like as range wise, have you done that yet?
Me?
Any problems with range?
No, I have had
On your-
zero issues with range.
It's in rain.
Michael, I've had it.
Don't fail in the rain.
I've had it out quite a ways.
Hang on a minute, Marcus, hang on.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah, Terry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, Mikey, we can now interrogate him.
Okay.
Terry, mine are better.
Oh, are they? Hang on, I'll get my.
No,
I might have my. I don't know. I've got Ray-Bans now. I'll get me Ray-Bans out then. Hang on.
Please.
Let's go. So he's going to update. Do updates. Oh, someone asked a question earlier on. Actually, hi, Sally. Sally, hi, Sally. Sally doesn't know.
Hello, Sally.
So now, when was it now? There was a message. Someone asked a question here somewhere, and I can't find it. Oh, there we are. Right, there we are. Can I ask all the drones you have flying, what drone would be your trustworthy drone? What's
DJI
that
Mavic 3.
There we are.
I reckon the
Mavic
3.
Pro
Yeah.
Platinum.
Or if you're not a millionaire, what?
Well,
Mavics, really.
I mean, is it got me the mini 3? Do you think?
Mini 3 would be next, I suppose.
Yeah,
The
that's
Air
nice.
2S. Yeah. Air
I mean,
2S, right,
yeah.
Michael?
To be
Air
honest,
2S, man, all day.
Yeah.
Air 2S
There
all
we
day
are.
for me.
Air
for
2S.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Absolutely.
honest with you, there's a lot of great drones out there. You know, I mean, there's some great drones. As Marcus has shown us, you've got the Autel drones. It depends. It's just working by your budget. I mean, the thing is, if you're going to buy your first drone, what do? Do you spend £2,000 or do you spend £600?
Yeah, 600.
Because the problem you're going to have is, what if you buy a drone for £2,000 and you think, yeah, this is not for me. The second-hand market for drones, you're not going to get half your money back, are you?
Something.
Yeah, just like the exo drones. Like if you're a beginner and you want to get a drone, there's people that be like, oh, should I get an EXO or DJI? Well, for the money that the EXO is getting sold for, what they're selling it for, get a DJI.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is, if you want what you want, what you don't want to do is buy. Like I made the mistake. I mean, go to Banggood and find the first drone you can find on there. You think, oh, $129. That sounds like a good price. What do you think you're going to get for $129?
Yeah, you're not going to get a nice flying experience.
That's how we all started.
Make you enjoy the hobby, is it?
That's true, Marcus.
The drone's probably going to go up and away or crash.
Exactly.
So I always thought when I first started, I thought, well, if I'm going to buy a drone, I want it to be a big one. So I found the biggest one on Banggood, for under $100.
We all wanted the big ones at first. Yep.
So we've got someone on Facebook user.
Yeah,
You know it is?
picking it up. It is Ray Kelly.
Ray Kelly.
Captain Ray.
Well, exactly that, exactly what you're saying about kids, for instance. My grandson, he's 12. I want to get him to fly a drone properly. So I'm going to let him use the Mini 3. Whilst I've got the Mini 3. The Mini 2. Yeah. And when he did fly it, he was so impressed. Oh, Granddad, this is great. And it, because it hovered in front of him and he could do all sorts with it.
Control it properly.
And he could fly. And he could control it properly.
All you want though is a drone that will actually fly like it's supposed to. Because if you'd have given him I'm trying to think of like that drone that I bought. I mean the thing was just nuts. The thing.
Well, I did. I bought him one for Christmas for about £100, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it was rubbish. And he can't fly it in the wind or anything. It's a waste of money, really.
Right.
But he's interested, so he's got the Mini 2. And he'll fly that.
Learn to fly a toy drone indoors without electronic cabins, then it will fly itself for you. If you break it, it won't hurt so much, then progress. Yeah.
I think that's right, Gary.
EXO.
Yeah, so Charlie, the CEOs, Charlie and Preston, are probably going to show up to our meetup.
Good. Yeah, Preston is who I talked to over there, Michael.
Yeah. I mean, they got a good head on their shoulders. I mean, they're for their age, they're doing good, for their age. I know at that age I wasn't doing that. So.
Yeah, right. I can tell you they've been very nice and respectful to me. So
yeah. I mean, I hope for the best for them. U.S. drone company too. So
yeah,
I really do.
Yeah,
so, Mikey, most of your flying. I mean, do you fly more FPV than you do sort of?
Lately, yeah. We've been doing a lot of FPV flying now and stuff. But there's always your baby, right? That you first started flying. The GPS drone, the Air 2S. Got to go back to it sometimes, But now what I'm doing is I'm mixing footage. Now I'm mixing GPS footage with FPV. It's a good combination when you do videos.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping to do with the DJI FPV once we can get back flying at winter time, and then sort of use both.
Terry, you never thought you never thought of flying traditional FPV? Have you ever thought?
Don't say nothing, Jackie. Keep quiet, Jackie. No, say nothing. Keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut, Jackie. Come on, wacky.
Very much. I did. I set myself a project, Mikey, when during lockdown, and it crashed a mile away.
Well, you're gonna crash. That's
that's not true. It actually flew brilliantly.
Yeah,
it did. It flew. And then it crashed, yes.
Terry, it didn't crash. You landed it, didn't you?
Yes.
You landed about a kilometer.
In FPV, all the pilots in FPV.
It's a nice question.
If you're not crashing, you're not flying.
I agree. Yeah,
because that's how you learn. That's how you're learning. I mean, you're constantly pushing yourself. So.
Right,
yeah.
so
I think so. But what I lacked, I think, Mikey, was having somebody over my shoulder, sort of giving me a little bit of advice and whatever. And it was only Jackie saying, "Hang on, I'll film that again. Land it quick, and I'll film it. Jackie, go away." Yeah. Oh, that was brilliant. Where is it? I said, I don't know, Jackie. It's gone.
Well, a quick question for all of you here. What inspired you guys to get into drones? Was it a YouTuber? Well, it wasn't a YouTuber for me, but
No, not for me either.
No, it was a mate of mine. He had a couple of drones, and I watched it. I thought, oh, I'd like to have a go at that. And I ended up buying the Phantom 3. And I just loved it. That's great fun.
I can say this. So I did not, it wasn't YouTube that got me into drones. I mean, I told you about buying that toy drone, but that started me looking on YouTube, right? And I'll never forget the first video I saw of a GPS drone. I remember just being blown away that this drone was just hovering and in space. Yeah, I just blew my mind. And
you, Mikey, did you? I mean, was it what got you into drones? I mean, why?
Well, what got us into drones is that I ran across YouTube and I was just browsing YouTube. I seen a drone channel with drones. I'm like, Sergio, I want to get into drones. You guys see some of these drones that are around now? He's like, I don't want to fly drones. Are you kidding? He goes, I don't want to waste money on toys. They're for kids. But Sergio, I go, Sergio, they're not the ones I'm looking at. Are not kids. And when I showed him and I sent him the video, and then believe it or not, our first YouTube channel we got to watch was actually Marcus. From Idaho Quad Cop.
Wow.
We ran across your channel, Marcus, and then we started seeing Ready Set Drone.
What was your channel then, Marcus? It was Idaho Sledgehead, wasn't it?
At that time, it could have been Idaho Sledgehead. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do remember watching. I mean, but I was just saying, I got a drone, but then of course I thought, so hang on, am I the only one in the world flying a drone? I doubt that very much. Because so you turn to YouTube, and that talking about that drone that I bought from Banggood, I went to YouTube to see what people thought of it. And I just fell for it, didn't I? I mean, the guy's there. He probably owns the company. Look how fly. It landed, the GPS and everything was so perfect. I thought, that's the one for me.
Yeah. My first drone was the Mark 300 from 4DRC. I thought that was the most amazing thing, and it turned out it wasn't. So
that's the
piece of junk. Junk.
Put Colognes to Ross and Ross.
Ross.
So Julia,
Someone that Gerard's been watching a mad Scotsman fly.
I know who that is.
That's brilliant.
Ross is here. I better get out the Autel now.
The Autel, yeah.
Mad Scotsman Mad Scotsman flying drone.
Now I wonder who that would be.
Could it be Brian or could it be Robert? There, named. I'm not sure about.
Is he windswept?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure about the mad bit though. But
Hey, Michael. So you were asking me about the FEMI drone, like the FEMI Mini.
The FEMI X8. How's it doing?
Oh, the X8. I haven't flown either one of those in so long, and I just don't even feel the need to. In fact, I probably should. I probably should sell them.
Someone just point out. Never mind your own. I used to watch a lot of his videos because he did the one video that was where he flew from a hill or a mountain or whatever to all the way to a villa. Did anyone watch that video? It's quite a long video, and he made all sorts of contingency plans on where he's safely going to land if he loses signal, and he did it.
How far did he fly then?
About 6 kilometres.
Wow.
It's still visual line of sight. You can still see it. Yes, that is very true. Oh, I'm not flying drones. I don't want to do anything on Monday and Tuesday particularly.
So typically the like a DJI drone, they're good for up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So that'd be about 34, 35 centigrade. So yeah, I mean, I would say if it's any hotter than that, although I mean, I've flown in some really hot weather without any issues, though.
I mean, the problem you're going to have is the fact that, the temperatures they're talking about, if they are shade temperatures, you're going to add what? How many degrees you're going to add to be direct sunlight? Now, bearing in mind a battery is what? Around about, I think DJI is about 50 degrees C.
Yeah.
There's an auto eject function on those batteries if they get too hot, Steve.
Don't I know it? Oh yeah.
And doesn't Terry know it? But the thing is, Terry forgot to connect the parachute.
And that was flying. I think Jackie said, "Oh, can we do it again?" No, look at it. Oh, she said, "It's falling."
If you are going to fly,
Oh boy.
if you are going to fly,
No, I think I said, "Oh, that's not good."
That was right. Yeah.
it was
I got it on video.
the fact
Yeah,
Elaine
that
would be proud.
it's the fact that Jackie has always managed to have her camera on when anything happens. You notice it, Sarah? She jinxed.
She does. She
Well,
does.
hold it. No, hold it. To be very fair, Terry had his camera ready when Jackie's Spark
That's
flew to
true.
Morocco.
Yeah, that's true. You did return the favor, didn't you?
Oh, I did beforehand though when you lost it down that canyon and
Yeah.
Steve
That was
held
a
you by
good
the
one.
ankles.
Oh yeah, that was a really good one.
Kim said Terry.
Oh, I definitely did, Kim. Yeah.
Terry forgot,
Oh yeah.
he forgot the elastic band.
I did have to sing to you then as well, didn't I, Jackie?
You did, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was fun.
Right, so I've got a video here. I think somewhere.
Is it a Mikey video?
It's a Mike video.
Yeah.
I thought you said a mucky.
No, Mikey. Oh,
It's
yeah,
like-
I said,
dirty
Jackie,
Mike.
no, not mucky.
Wait.
On a Mikey.
Mikey. It's a Mikey and Sergio.
Sergio.
Oh, Mikey Sergio. M&S.
The fact that I haven't watched it all, Terry, it could be Bucky. Let's hope not.
We're gonna head over to the field right across from me. Pretty nice sized field, the church. Gonna test out the new antennas I put on here, the Express LRS, and yeah, off to the field. let me tell you, that was some pretty good flying, but it's damn hot out here today. So, yeah, I got a few packs in, did some flying, and hey, I'm pretty happy with today. Besides of the weather, since it's really hot outside, 3 packs is good enough. Man, I'm telling you, it's steaming hot out here. Heading back home. I live right across the street, so hope you guys enjoy the footage, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget that bell notification, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Oh, that was really nice.
That was that.
Yeah, but you see, Terry, we all crashed, Terry. We all crashed.
we might.
But I've noticed some
Yeah.
shaking in that video. Have you seen some of that
Yeah,
shaking?
in the sky. Yeah, the trees.
I put on the bottom corner, shaky. What the, you know?
Yeah.
So what
But
camera was
I'm
it?
thinking that was the Action 2. And that never
Oh.
happens to me. Never happens to me. I'm thinking because, you know, the Action 2 is known to overheat, right, Marcus? So it's known to overheat.
Well, it
Plus,
was
with
a
the
hot
hot
day.
weather and hot air going through it, it didn't help. So it was shaky footage. So what are you gonna do? Couldn't do nothing. I had to put it up though.
Kim says on there, whenever I watch FBI, I end up leaning with the drone.
You should have seen. You see the one, Steve, the one with at the ballpark with the Air 2S and FPV that we put up. That one's a good one.
I'll have to check
I like that
one
one.
out. Yeah, check
that
out
one.
Fly Zone drones. Check it out.
Fly Zone drones, and then we have a Quad Maki channel too now. With the other members, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Sergio's in the chat.
There he is.
Hi, Sergio. Where
Yeah,
me
it's
flying?
Where me flying?
Where
me flying?
Well,
as in, was that in
yeah,
flight?
oh, the one that at the ballpark was just Sergio flying. We switched off. Yeah.
Well, Caroline says she's going to the
Lake District.
Off to the Lake District next week for quad
Nice.
surf. Hey.
No, that'll be good.
Just wondering, I'm just looking on here to see.
Yeah, that was both of us flying in that video. Yeah.
Yeah, I did have another video on here, but I'm not sure whether or not the I'm looking.
It's the one that says Air 2S plus FPV, if that's what you're looking for.
No.
Come on, Steve.
No, I'm just looking. I'm just looking to see whether it's one of the ones I put on here, but it's not. I'm afraid no. So we'll dig that one out for next week, I think. I've lost in the chat. Robert says, any good guides for learning acro?
All acro.
It's just a case of practice. I think
That's all it takes. Yeah, that's all it takes. I wouldn't recommend no one start flying in angle. Start if you want to start. I mean, you could start in horizon, and then jump into acro. But I would just tell everyone to just jump into acro. It's the best way. Also, you're gonna get a bad habit flying everything else except for acro.
I mean, that is the thing with the DJI FPV. But I mean, I think the danger. I think the danger with the DJI drone is that it's a bit fragile.
Yeah.
So unless you are really quite sort of competent
You can't
flying,
rebuild it, can you? As such.
I mean, so if you want to do that, I think you need to fly with something that's not like a 4-inch, 5-inch sort of drone, and so you can sort of whack it to bits, and then maybe then once you've mastered that, then sort of carry on with the DJI drone. I don't know.
That's a good granddad drone. That is the DJI drone.
It's enough fun to fly.
I love it.
I think with and get some FPV feel without the forward thinking
Yeah.
that
Is it
any minute now this is going to crash.
It's a good route to FPV if you've only ever flown like DJI drones
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree, Jackie. But it's fun. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It's fun.
yeah, because I mean, if I started with an FPV and I couldn't fly it, I'd find it really frustrating. Whereas at least with the DJI, you can just pick it up and fly it.
I think that is the easy way. That is the easy way, isn't it? But the thing is, it's a case of like when I first flew the DJI FPV drone, I didn't know what to do, and I just loved the actual the thrill of it, for want of a better word, I suppose, because because you are sort of doing the sharp turns, and then you put it in sport mode, and you're, wow, I'm doing 65 miles an hour. I mean, Robert says he's too worried about crashing DJI FPV.
Yeah, like Caroline says it has the oops button, but we call it the oh crap button, don't we?
Yes,
we call it the oh shh button.
but the biggest problem is what happens if you, I know it doesn't work. I don't know. It's a lot of money to see it hit the ground.
And then you're without it for a while, generally, aren't you?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I took out the DJI Care Refresh package on that, but it's probably up there. Carol says I've been polite for a change.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right. So, what's that? Oh.
Look at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Is it that time?
The time has gone so quickly.
We were promised.
We're going to have to. We'll still have to play this anyway because.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Well, peoples, several things I've heard tonight have led me to think that some tuition needs to be forthcoming, and people need to know what things mean. Now, for some time, many of us have wondered, who's jack shit? We find ourselves at a loss when someone says, you don't know jack shit. Well, thanks to genealogy efforts, you can now respond in an intellectual way. Jack Shit is the only son of Orshit. Orshit was married to Old Shit, the fertilizer magnate, and owner of Knee Deep in Shit, Inc. They had one son, Jack. In turn, Jack Shit married No Shit. The deeply religious couple produced 6 children. Holy shit, give a shit, full of shit, bullshit, and the twins. Deep shit and dipshit. Against her parents' objections, Deep Shit married Dumb Shit, a high school dropout. After being married for 15 years, Jack and No Shit divorced. No Shit later married Ted Sherlock. And because her kids were living with them, she wanted to keep her previous name. She was then known as No Shit Sherlock. Meanwhile, Dipshit married Load of Shit, and they produced a son with a rather nervous disposition, who was nicknamed Chicken Shit. Now, 2 of the other 6 children, Full of Shit and Give a Shit, were inseparable throughout childhood, and subsequently married the Happens brother in a dual ceremony. The wedding announcement in the newspaper announced that Shit Happens nuptials. The Shit Happens children were dog, bird, and horse. Bullshit, the prodigal son, left home to tour the world. He recently returned from Italy with his new Italian bride, Piece of Shit. Now, when someone says, you don't know jack shit, you can correct them. There you go.
I like that.
Terry's Joke of the Week.
That joke was a load of
Shit.
There's been 2 references tonight about shit, and I thought, You wait till they find out this one.
That was good. That was good.
That family tree was what?
Brilliant.
So-
Jackie is ready with the emoji.
Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah.
Where's the emoji?
Shit.
Oh, that was a crappy one.
Crappy one.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Crapper Jack. Hey?
I'm just going to say, so what happened to this spelling?
I was going to say it's actually spelled SCHITT.
Ah. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shitty, shitty. Oh, they're all coming out now, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Shit.
Caroline, you don't say much.
No, Caroline's being polite tonight.
Caroline is polite. She is a polite English lady.
She's lovely.
Yes.
We give 2 laughy faces. There we go. She likes the shit.
There we are.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't mention Up Shit Creek, did we?
Not that one.
We had that.
The long lost cousin.
With cheap
Yeah.
shit. With cheap shit in the stories. I don't know.
Oh no, wait, we've got the vote is in from Caroline.
There's a lot of money.
Oh dear.
Mumble, mumble. Oh, they're getting lower now, aren't they?
That's it. There's no more. I'm just waiting.
Crap. Thanks, Kim.
Right. Was it? There we are.
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
the like button.
Smash the like button.
Do it now.
Don't break
There we go.
the like button. Just hit it. just press it. You don't know, someone said the other day, it's very true. If you like this video, then hit the like button. If you don't like it,
Bugger off.
hit the dislike button twice.
Twice. Right. That's, Henrik over at Tech Drone Media, that's his line on all of his videos.
That's good. Yeah, I think that's I heard it somewhere because I thought it was quite.
Yeah. Hey, Jackie. So, did you bring a drone to the UK? Have you been flying at
I
all?
did bring my drone and he hasn't got out the bag yet.
You haven't flown it at all?
No.
You go back to Spain when
Next week. I've got another week left.
Next
Oh,
week.
Come out.
I passed my CAA exam as well.
Yeah, I've got my little
Ooh.
thingy. I've got my little badge and everything ready.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, mine's up on the wall.
I've actually got to go another
possibly
ID.
not tomorrow with the heat that's coming. So perhaps Wednesday, eh?
What was this? Was it?
These, yeah, they're handy. Yeah.
So
I've got an ND8 permanently wedged on platypus.
Oh yes.
Can't get it off.
Can't you get it off?
No.
Gone.
Have you got a mini free, Mikey? You ventured into the mini free drone yet, or no?
Yes, Air 2S is
Air
my,
2S.
yeah.
Air
that's
2S,
my-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good drone, isn't it? Right.
It's an excellent drone, yeah.
I'm feeling old now. Do you use a filter?
I use my ND8. But then I
She uses it for sunrise, sunset, midday,
midnight.
late afternoon,
No,
midnight.
Or, in other words, morning, noon, and night.
Yes. Sunrise, sunset.
Oh, you can go back to the musicals again there. Right, another video, I think. Ready for what I'm doing. Oh, run out of time. Quick.
Close this one.
Where is it? What's this one? Hang on. What's this?
There you go.
That was short and sweet.
Everybody crashes, Terry.
Everybody crashes. Thanks, Mikey.
So that was a fixed wing, right?
Yeah.
I was Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. You see the way she launched? That's something. Oh, look at that. Must be
Right,
really
everybody.
good.
Sorry, Mike, I didn't see.
All round miles.
Just a little bit nearer, little bit nearer, little bit nearer.
Oh, she loves you, Marcus. She loves you.
Yeah, she loves you, Marcus.
Yes, fixed wing until it hit the ground, and then it was no longer fixed.
That's not good. That's not good at all. Yes, fixed wing. Well, that's how much damage did it, Caroline? Was it very damaged or? Tell me, right?
To say yes.
Not damaged.
Yeah. Broken wing.
It's not damaged. She can't find all the bits.
Yeah, they're all there somewhere. Not a problem.
It didn't look that
I
hard.
watched a really good a chase video the other day, and a guy was chasing fixed wing World War II aircraft, and it was so good. He had a Spitfire, Hurricane, ME-109, some other bits, and it was brilliant, absolutely superb.
Someone posted a video somewhere, I think, on with regard to like a tornado or something. Someone thought it was actually a real one. Someone said,
did smash it up actually. Look, smashed up nose, broken into multiple bits.
All glued back together now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you use the super glue? Was it super glue? Or was it baking? No, was it
baking powder?
Was it baking powder or was it
no nails glue?
No, super glue and baking powder, isn't it?
Right.
That's what Alderan uses.
Alderan, yeah. That's Alderan's recipe for repairing things.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't tried that yet, but hopefully I need to. Is that? What's it? Oh, what's this? Ah, there we are. And that was Northeast FPV, Terry.
Northeast.
Mikey, how many drones smashed up?
How many what?
My son lives in Newcastle. I should have gone up to see you, Caroline. He was up there 2 weeks ago.
How many drones have you smashed, Mikey, in your...
For FPV?
Yeah.
4 already, but once on each one on the other 3 I have, and then the main one that I usually fly, the Sector 5, I crashed that thing and broke it at least 6 times already.
And rebuilt it.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's the thing, isn't it, with these things? Because I mean, you know, if you smash it, it's never that bad.
No, it's not that. Either the top plate cracks or I mean, thank God not an arm has broke on mine yet, but it's usually the top plate or bottom plate with impact because the top plates are always thinner than the rest. So either that or antenna or ding the motor, stuff like that. But it's easy to repair. You swap them, you solder them back on, and that's it. But it can get expensive. It can get expensive.
Yeah.
That's the thing about FPV.
Yeah. I mean, can you actually do these? Because the bodies are normally carbon fiber, aren't they?
Yeah, carbon fiber. Yeah, but my suggestion to people, if they're going to buy an FPV drone, don't buy an FPV quad that has a 1 millimeter top frame or bottom frame. The one I had on the Sector 5 was a 1.5 or 2, something like that, millimeter thin.
Yeah.
So now I think Sector HGLRC, the new Sector 5, they actually made it thicker. So people were complaining about it. Yeah, you gotta make it stronger if you want them to last. You gotta make it thicker.
Or make them out of rubber.
Yeah. Also they're gonna keep breaking. Absolutely, Eric.
It's very true, isn't it? I mean, that's it. I mean, I suppose at some stage of the game, you all got to accept that if you smash a drone, well, you put it down to experience. You're less likely to with a drone like a DJI type drone, but obviously, it's not impossible. I've seen a video of a couple of people doing some hand catches. I mean, I still don't think that's a wise idea. I would never recommend hand catching. A lot of people do it, even these minis, whatever, catch it. But the result was, when the guy said he said it was someone was talking to him, so his mind wasn't on it. He went to hand catch it. He went to go near his hand, and the drone somehow reacted to the hand catch and flew up and smashed him in the face.
So
Smashed his nose.
Cut his
Right across his nose.
So
but that was partly he was trying to talk to a fella to come up and interfere and told him he couldn't fly, wasn't it?
He would have brought the guy who was talking to about, but the thing is, you shouldn't do that, should you? I mean, if you're flying a drone,
you've got to concentrate on the drone.
Concentrate on the drone, then worry about people when the drone safely landed, whatever way you do. But I just don't hand catching. No, sorry, not for me. I think, Carol's if she catches drones, but I just don't see. That's why they've got feet. We have landing mats, isn't it? But each their own.
Has anybody heard from Stephen Deere to see whether his was okay?
No, there's nothing. I don't know whether he's fixed it or not fixed it. Or
No,
don't know. I mean, the thing was, he was in water for some time, so
yeah,
probably wasn't a good thing. But right, well, it's that time again, isn't it? Time to say goodbye to everyone. And we'll catch up to Mikey. Sergio, wherever you are, Sergio.
Yeah, Sergio. Don't work too hard.
Sergio.
No, you be careful, Sergio. Lovely to see you again, Mikey.
Yes.
So Sergio, he's not at Amazon anymore, right?
No, he's still on Amazon. He's got another kid coming.
Oh, he is at Amazon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has indeed. So, right. Well.
Hard now. No more drones for Sergio. He's got another one coming.
Oh dear. I'll tell you when your trouble will start then, but anyway, have a good week, everyone, and we'll see you all again
See you next
week. Take care.
Yeah, what a great show.